Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley. My name is Reverend Kiya. My pronouns are she, they, and I would like to welcome you to our congregational meeting and righteous Sunday morning. Yeehaw! All right, so our prelude this morning is out of the gray hymnal, and it's number 389, Gather Here in the Mystery of the Hour. Can't see you. Y'all ready? Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in one strong body. Gather here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in one strong body. Gather here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Okay, now that you've learned the words, close the book. All right, think about what the first line is. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. And we're all going to sing and sing it out like you mean it. 1, 2, ready, go. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in one strong body. Gather here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. All right, y'all sing it to me. Spirit, draw near. 2 more times. Spirit, draw near. Last time. Spirit, draw near.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, UUCBV, or Brazos UU for short. My name is Darby, and I am serving as your worship assistant today. I use she, her pronouns. We are a welcoming congregation, which means that we celebrate and welcome all people of diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. We also strive to welcome people across diversities of race, age, ability, immigration status, and belief. We are also a congregation working for reproductive justice. So whoever you are, wherever you have come from, and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
Our call to worship this morning comes from Goethe, who said, "The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, cities. But to know someone thinks and feels with us, and who, though distant, is close to us in spirit, that makes the earth for us an inhabited garden." Goethe. I think we have a very large trial lighting.
All right. Our biggest kid of all, Allison, is lighting our chalice. And if you would please say our chalice lighting words with me. We light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, as a beacon of hope for all who seek justice, dignity, and compassion, and in celebration of the life of truth and meaning we share together. And now all please join me in saying our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
As Unitarian Universalists, we believe there is a spark of the divine in every being, including all the ones in this room. And we are so happy to see all of you, whether you're a familiar face or an unfamiliar face. This is your opportunity to say howdy to the divine sparks in the room, and please say hello, especially to people you don't know. And I will let you know when it's over. And one more time for the pure beauty of it. I'm not Allison, but I'm going to do the story because Allison's lost her voice. And so we're going to do a story this morning, which I really love, and I hope you love, called The Bad Seed by Jory John. This is the bad seed. Can you all see it? Showing it, John? Okay, excellent. And I won't show you the pictures. I'm a bad seed. I'm a bad seed. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, that seed is so bad. When they think I'm not listening, they mumble, there goes a bad seed. But I can hear them. I have very good hearing for a seed. Now, how bad am I? You really want to know? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell really long jokes, and then I don't have a punchline. I never wash my hands or my feet. I lie about pointless stuff. I cut in line every time. I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. And do a lot of other bad things too. You know why? Because I'm a bad seed. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. But then our petals dropped. Our flower drooped. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag, and everything went dark. And then, a giant. I thought it was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed, I hollered, ah! Phew. But I was spit out at the last possible second, and I flew through the air and landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. When I woke up, it was dark. Yeah, it was dark outside, and a wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I'd become a different seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was friends to nobody, and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can. I didn't care, and it suited me. Until recently. I've made a big decision. I've decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I still forget to listen, and I still show up late, and I still talk during the movies, and do all kinds of other things. But I also say thank you, and I say please, and smile occasionally, and hold doors open for people. Not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad sometimes, I also feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. Hey, look, there goes a bad seed. Actually, she's not that bad anymore. I heard that. The end. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Now, if you open up your hymnal to number 360, we're going to sing Here We Have Gathered. Perhaps you're picking up on the theme. Gathering together is our theme. Duh, Kiya. Okay. I'm in the wrong key, y'all. Wait.
In F, please.
There we go. Thank you. Here we have gathered, gathered high by side. Circle of kinship, come and step inside. May all who seek here find a kindly word. May all know each other's pain. Kindness and heal us as we give, we gain. Sing now together, this our heart's own song. M. Tomlinson says, church is not supposed to be a place of theological purity or rigid conformity to certain beliefs and conventions, but a mishmash of believers, doubters, dissenters. Y'all can raise your hands when I call you out. And malcontents, each of whom is grappling in his or her own way towards the mystery that is God. That about sums it up. Now, this week we were supposed to have a guest, but they had to go to Ukraine and give out $2 million, so we can sort of understand that that might be a priority. But it was a little bit less notice, so you get me instead. And I hope we'll be okay. Woo-hoo! So, we're talking about beloved community, because that's what we're trying to do here, a beloved community. It's not that it's an easy thing, and it's not even that it's that realistic a thing. It's a dream. So when you close your eyes for a minute, I want you to think about what you want to see here. What is your dream for this place, these people, this moment in your life? Everybody got that in mind? Because I'm going to talk a little bit about beloved community. The beloved community is a term coined by Josiah Rouse. He's a Harvard philosophy professor, and MLK Jr. heard it, and he talked about it all the time. So he popularized the whole term, beloved community, and the UUA and all the other Unitarian churches. This is what we talk about all the time. I went to a Unitarian seminary. I can tell you that 90% of my Unitarian education was how to get along when everybody doesn't get along, and what to do to create a beloved community. Nothing about this is an easy assignment. Being a minister is not for sissies. Martin Luther King Jr., a member of the Fellowship of Reconciliation, popularized the term. King believed that the beloved community would normally arise when a critical mass of people are committed and trained in the philosophy and methods of nonviolence. The King Center, which was created after he was assassinated, believes that the beloved community can be achieved through nonviolence, which King's philosophy includes 6 principles. Here they are. Nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. Amen. Nonviolence seeks to win friendship and understanding. Amen. Nonviolence seeks to defeat injustice or evil, depending on how you think about it, not people. Actions, not people. People are not evil, their actions are evil. Unlearned and voluntary suffering for a just cause can educate and transform. And some of the ways we'll know we are there, or that we're getting there, is do we have radical hospitality for everyone? We try. Recognizing and honoring the image of God in every human being. Exhibiting personal authenticity, true respect, and validation of others. Now, I'm not saying you've got to do it next week even, but are you trying? That's all. We're all trying, and we're all failing, and it's okay, and nobody's, keeping score. Really. Recognition and affirmation, not eradication of differences. Let me try that one again. Recognition and affirmation, not eradication of differences. A community in which everyone is cared for, absent of poverty, hunger, and hate. That's a lot. If we did it, it'd be great. That's how we know we're not in heaven, if there is a heaven, is that it's not there yet, right? We're on the way. We're on our way. We're building a new way. So let's just check in with each other. at our congregational meeting once a year, I want you all to also think about, look how far we've come. This is an amazing place. We've done amazing things. We moved in this building in January. We were at the Neal Center for almost 3 years. We lived through COVID. Y'all held it together. There are people that we're going to honor today, and there are people that you should say thank you to that have been holding things together in this place, doing jobs for 2 or 3 people, volunteering all the time, amazing things. I think I want to commend the property team for getting the fire circle done yesterday morning. It was not the prettiest weather of all to work out in the hot sun. But thank you all very much. Thank you for everything you're doing. For all the people who play music and all the people who volunteer and do hospitality, and help clean up and help take care of the kids. Thank you. Thank you. You're making this place a beloved community. It's beautiful. So, what's the practical ways that we do this? Are we offering radical hospitality? Now, radical hospitality is hard because you want to say hey to all the people you already know, and sometimes you just don't feel like making room for new people, making room for new leadership, making room for all these strange people that you don't know, and they don't do things the way you do them. How are we going to make that possible? And keep everybody in the center. So I'm going to tell you the secret of church. You're going to be unhappy 25% of the time. I promise. At least 25% of the time. The minister is going to disappoint you. That's the second thing. I cannot possibly be everything you're imagining, especially if you don't tell me. Okay? You have to talk to the staff. We want to answer your needs. Also, it takes more than a week for us to start new programs. So if you say, I really want this to happen, and we don't get it done in a week, chill. We're doing our best. Right now, we have John and me and Allison. And Darby volunteers, and many other people volunteer, and we appreciate everybody who does their volunteer work. Plus everybody on the board and everybody else who's ever done anything to make this place happen. We still haven't finished with all the things going on with the building and getting everybody paid off and getting all the financial stuff straightened out and getting all the policies and procedures in place and how we can rent the property and all that stuff. All that's being done, and a lot of that's been done this year. So I want you all to give a hand to our board president, who's finishing their term, Joyce. Y'all give her a hand. Thank you. So we're an inclusive family as opposed to an exclusive club. We recognize and honor the image of God in every human being. You gotta look hard sometimes, but that divine spark is there. Exhibit personal authenticity. People are themselves. And if they're not yet themselves because they're afraid for whatever reason, we don't know their story, then we just need to love them just hang on to that piece of spark in them and love that until you can get the rest of it straightened out. Because sometimes people have to be reminded what a good person they are. That's all. We can do that. So, listen emotionally. Listen with your heart. If you find yourself going into self-righteousness or into absolute cool reptilian logic, chances are you're not in the right space to be in church. Somebody's going to get hurt. Okay. Listen emotionally, foster empathy and compassion. Like Dalai Lama says, my religion is kindness. Kindness. If you're doing that, you're probably not going to get in too much trouble. Okay. You want to have levels of trust and work to avoid fear of difference and fear of the other. Talk directly. It's scary. Tell people when you have a problem with them, but mostly tell people when you love what they're doing. We do not do that very well here, and we could do a lot better. Thank you for doing that. That's really amazing what you're doing. We appreciate you. That's why you have an appreciation committee. And we're going to put somebody on it today. It hasn't been on it yet. So, we avoid physical aggression and verbal abuse. We speak the truth in love. Always consider ways to be compassionate with one another. We acknowledge limitations, lack of knowledge or understanding, and seek to learn. Ask questions. Tell me more. Instead of, that's silly, why do you think that? Say, oh, what? Tell me what you think about that. Or, can you tell me more about that? Or, I don't understand what you're saying, can you explain it? These are hard things to learn. It's not in our culture, so don't beat yourself up about this, but it's something that we need to work on. If we can change that in ourselves and in our small community, then we can change the world. I believe that, or I would not be here. I'm a minister because I believe this is a good use of my life and that we can make a difference. And I want to help us do that. And so I would need you all to be a little bit more impractical and more sky-y. What I mean by that, we call it skying in my house, where you don't worry about how much money it costs and you don't worry about how much work it'll be. What do you want? What do you want for this place? What is your dream for this place? I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how many people. I figure if the spirits are with us, the people will show up. And so far, that has been true, has it not? It's an amazing place. Thank you all new people for giving us a chance. We appreciate you. And I hope you're starting to feel like you belong here, because you do. Okay, I'm almost done, I swear. Okay, we have to be persistent. We have to be like the tiny insects. Be persistent. Keep digging. Keep digging. Try to learn how to be on a team. There are more than one way to do things. There's more than one way to do things. Repeat after me. There is more than one way to do things. Amen. Okay. These are Unitarian Universalist values of which we can spread to our greater community and to the world. And they are extremely difficult to practice. Extremely difficult to practice. So if you mess up, what do? Have a bad day, mess up. Say it wrong. You say, I'm sorry, I was tired. I'm sorry, I was hungry. I apologize. What can I do to make it better? And then you go from there. And sometimes it doesn't work. But you still try, because that's how we live with ourselves. Sleep well at night. Do your best. Nobody's expecting perfection. Perfection is a white supremacy value, and we don't practice white supremacy here any more than we can help it. We're trying to dismantle it, not practice it. So speak up, talk directly, don't triangulate. Good? All right, that was a very sermon, like this sermon, I'm sorry. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Coretta Scott King. Thanks for listening. And now we're going to sing, but first, we need an appreciation banner, which is going on Jonna Ivy's name tag. And I think that they forgot to bring it in here. So, or I forgot to bring it in here. So we will give it to you in a minute, but it said you are going on the appreciation committee. Now, those of y'all who don't know what our appreciation committee is, their name tag will say appreciation on it. And what that means is you get them a cup of coffee and you say thank you, and they don't have to do anything in the church for a year. And right now, we have two people on that committee. We have Kathy Wheeler and Ken Appelt, who have handled the negotiations and the building committee, the sacred space team, for the last, 6.5 years? Yeah, 6.5 years, y'all, of getting this building built. And this was just somebody's dream. You're sitting in somebody's dream. And we're going to take as good a care of it as we know how to do as human beings, with our experience and money and treasure and time. And thank you all for coming to be part of it. And we're going to give him his appreciation badge. So can I have a hand for John Ivy? This is his last Sunday. They are moving to Hawaii. So now we have friends in Hawaii. That's good.
Come visit.
All right. All right. And so now we're going to sing John's favorite hymn, which is Be Ye Lamps Unto Yourselves, which I believe is 180 something. 184. Lamps unto yourselves, be your own confidence. Hold to the truth within yourselves, as to the only man. I'm going to listen to them play it. One more time. Sing it to him. Sing it to John. Be your own confidence. Hold to the truth within yourselves, as to the only man.
Now let an offering be taken to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This church shares the proceeds of the offering plate donation every week to help support important nonprofit organizations with which we work. The 4 groups we voted to support with this year's donations are the African American Museum, Brazos Valley Blessings, the Pride Center, and the Brazos Mobile Food Pantry. We vote on this every May at our congregational meeting, coming up anytime now. Please be as generous as you can. thanks for these gifts that we've given, for those that we've received. May your generosity return to you tenfold. Just a few announcements this morning. The stewardship campaign is just wrapping up. We do have final numbers to the board that you'll hear a little bit more about during our congregational meeting, but we will accept stewardship forms anytime. So if you haven't gotten it in yet, please see Carolyn or I, and we would be happy to add your gifts to our little stewardship spreadsheet. Next announcement, we do have a celebration of life service coming up to celebrate Layla Payne. That'll be on May the 25th at 1 p.m. here at the church with a reception to follow. You are invited to celebrate Layla's life alongside her spouse of 45 years, Rob McGeechan, and their son Tavis. And then we'll be celebrating David and Mary Ellen Pate's 50th wedding anniversary with a fiesta fundraiser. And that will be on June the 1st. Tickets are $20 for individuals and $30 for families, regardless of the size of your family.
Was there a keg at that?
There will be a keg at that event, so if you are a fan of Shiner, we will have a Shiner keg. It's excited. And there's going to be homemade ice cream at that event. We actually have got, I mean, you can make yourself a Shiner float. It'll be a lot of fun. You can buy tickets online, or we also will take cash for tickets in the fellowship hall after service today. There will be food, there will be live music, childcare will be provided, so you can come out and support our missions of UUCBV and celebrate the Pates. And then we have another celebration, because if there is one thing that this church knows how to do, it is party. Our music celebration service and church picnic will be coming up on June the 9th. If you would like to play a song, sing a song, please see Allison or Kiya and get on that list. Now if you'll join me in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we gather together again.
Please sing the benediction with me if you choose to. Remember the way of the wind and breathe and blow. Remember the way of the fire and sparkle and glitter and glow. Remember the way of the water and ebb and flow. Remember the way of the earth and grow. Go in peace.
They like the light show. Good touch. Okay. Sounds like a blast. We'll sign up for it. I'm not sure our schedule.